I'm waving. Hi everyone. Wow, that was embarrassing. That was so embarrassing. If anything is going to go wrong on a first stream, it's going to happen to me, and it's going to happen bad, hard crash, and I've crashed. So hopefully you can all see me now. I've got some chat messages coming in. Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Sion. I'm the Unexpected Maker. Firstly, I've got to say a huge thank you to David Watts. Wow. He, I had no idea. I had a whole bunch of subscribers came through this morning, and there was a whole bunch of people waiting on the other chat, on the other stream I'd set up, which obviously didn't work. And I had no idea why, and I was starting to freak out this morning. And it turns out David put a little quick video on his channel telling everyone that I was going to be streaming, and it was my first stream, and to pop on over and have a look. Wow, talk about putting the pressure on. I'm feeling kind of yes, David, I need to, how do I do that? How do I delete a chat? I don't even know how I can go in the other stream and do that. Can I delete chat? I don't know how to delete it, but that key is actually a wrong key anyway. I don't even know if that's the correct key. I don't know what I'm doing. Awesome. If you know how to remove it, then let me know, and I'll try to remove it. But in the meantime, yeah. So hi everyone. Some familiar names there. Brian, nice to see you. Sean, hello. Sean works at Unity, the game engine, Unity. Cool guy. MC Cooter, how you doing? Dave Darko. There's a few of you. I'm just gonna try to say hi to you all as you come through. So today, what are we doing? We are going to have a look at redesigning or revision 2 of my Neo7Segment. Hover the dots in the message and click remove dots in the message. I can't seem to see any dots in the message. Maybe I'm not a moderator on my own chat. Maybe because I deleted the stream. I'm not sure. How do I mod you? Seriously, I have no idea how to use any of this. Is modding you a restream thing, or is that a YouTube thing? God, it'd be good if we had voice coming back the other direction as well. Wouldn't that be good? Yeah. I can't see a way of modding. Okay, I'm looking, just hold on a second. Live streaming. Come on, internet. You can do this. Events. Live control room, I would assume. Hey, Waikiki Radio. Welcome from Weymouth. Okay, I'm on my live stream, but I'm so interested I can't watch live. Always there. Stream, fortunately, to get some sleep. Have a good stream. Bye, Sean. Good to see you. Say hi to Shana Banana. Okay. Create highlight, top chat. How do yeah, I can't work out how to mod. Look, I'm not going to worry about my API key for now. If anyone wants to grab it, go for it. You can stream as me. You can maybe do a better job than I'm doing right now, because I'm doing a terrible job. But that's okay. I expected my first stream to be talking. Click on the 3 dots on the right of any of David's posts. But I'm on there. I can't see any of David's posts though. As in, I can't see any dots next to anyone's name. Oh, there. Right, so it was scrolled off the side of the screen. Add moderator. Okay, I got it. I had to scroll sideways on the text box to see the dots because they were off the side. Yay. Okay. Let's get on with this because I have no idea how long it's going to take anyway. So you might have seen from another video, I finally put together my sub counter and view counter. Hey Electron Ash, nice to see you. Got to work out where the camera is. And so inside here I've got 4 of my 7-segment displays. I just cut up some acrylic on my new laser cutter for them. And so for those of you that haven't seen, this is what a built Neo7-segment display is at the moment. It's basically a 7-segment display without the decimal point. And Dave's trying to steal my channel, is he? Go for it. He's doing a much better job than I am, let me tell you. I'd be quite honoured for David to steal my channel. Anyway, so it doesn't have a decimal point on it, but it can display any number or letter or character that a 7-segment display can show, which is pretty cool. Thanks Electron Ash for the sub. Thanks everyone for the sub. Peter, hi. Abraham, hi everyone. So what I want to do, there's a few issues with this board. The first problem is, as I said, I want to add a decimal point because I think it'll just be more useful, more well-rounded board. Something else that has come up is that I originally stuck a whole lot of places, as you can see from design. One thing I want to mention, there's a problem with OBS on the Mac where you can't see my cursor. So I can click and do things on this screen, but when I'm in window mode like this, you can't see where my cursor is, which is really frustrating. So I apologize in advance. I'll try to, I don't know, do something with my cursor so you can see it when I'm talking about something. So as you can see from the PCB, from the design on the screen, I've put a lot of places for caps. All the caps are decoupling caps, and technically there's no harm in having so many decoupling caps, but it's just not needed. I went a bit overboard. I was trying to come up with an aesthetically pleasing design by using the decoupling caps as like a little bit of a drop shadow underneath the board. But you know what? I'm not soldering any of them on. I've only been putting 9 caps on each board, each one of these horizontal rows. So these ones here, these ones here, and these ones here. The only ones I've been putting on the board, and I don't probably even need 9. I could probably get away with. It's much more relaxing for you, is it, Brian? Thank you. I've got my air conditioning on in the background just to cool myself down. Hopefully you can't hear the humming in the background. So what I want to do, I want to get rid of a bunch of these caps because they're not needed. They're just intimidating on the board. Something else I want to do is these angled pin headers. I think they look really cool, but you know what? Aesthetically they look great, but they're actually terrible to work with. So let me just hold this up here. So at the back, you'll just see here, I had to wire up these pin headers, and they were terrible. They're on an angle, and because they're on an angle, they'll fit inside a proto board, but the proto board's on a 45-degree angle, so you can't actually connect them to each other. So my need to make something aesthetically pleasing made it super hard to use the boards. So that was a bit of a fail, but what are you going to do? So I need to make these vertical. They just need to be straight up and down, so that way people can mount these onto a prototype board, or even mount them onto a breadboard so they can test them. The other thing that I was thinking of doing was maybe, as well as the headers, also put like pads on the end, like, you know, a NeoPixel strip, you know, the flexible ones where they've got solder pads. I was thinking of actually putting pads there as well, so you could just solder wires directly to it and not use the pin headers. That way you could actually have them flush. You don't have to have the wires sticking through. Hey everyone. Hey MKme Lab. Nice to see you. Stephen Birch. Hello from South Sea. I have no idea where South Sea is. Is that a place, or do you actually live in the ocean? I don't know. So there are a few of the things that I want to do today. Another thing that I made a silly mistake on is I stuck some drill holes on the boards, and of course I made them tiny because I was looking at mills. Whoops, didn't mean to move that one. So these drill holes over here, I wanted so you could use an M 2.5 size screw to screw these to a back plate or something. But of course I used mils when I was setting up my values, and so these holes are tiny. You can't even put a pin through them. So, Electron Ash, are you in the UK, by the way? Is that to me? I'm in Australia. I'm in Melbourne, Australia. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, and I have my coffee. By the way, I can't drink on the stream because it's 8 o'clock in the morning or 8:30 in the morning, and that's a bit inappropriate, but you all can. Anyone that's in the evening, go for it. I hope you all have a beverage in front of you and you're drinking away. I have my coffee. It's going a bit cold. So I need to fix up these drill holes because they're too small for anything. And the other thing that I want to do is I need to change the board layout a bit to increase its width to be able to fit a pixel over here. So obviously I'll have to move it over. Beer time soon. It's beer time all the time, except for this time in the morning. Hi Capri2WD. I'm not even going to try to pronounce any of these names. It's great to have everyone on the chat. I feel quite humbled. Again, big shout out to Dave for getting a bunch of his people over here. I feel very honoured. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of talk through as I go. I'm going to go to my schematic view. So there's a few easy things we can do. So these I've got this arrayed out in the different segments. So this is the top. This is segment 1. Just to show you, just go back to the PCB for a second. On a normal 7-segment display, this is normally segment 1 or segment A. This is segment 2 or segment B, segment 3 or C, and so forth. So that it wraps around this way, this being the last one, or number 7, and then the decimal point. So it wraps all the way around the edge, back to the top, through the middle, and down the bottom. So that's how I've actually got my NeoPixels arrayed at the moment in each segment. So I want to get rid of the caps on the top one. So I'm just going to start deleting a bunch of caps because we don't need them anymore. I mean, there's being cautious and there's being silly. What I'm going to do though is keep the caps on the on segment 2 and segment 3 for now, which is this one, these two. And I'm going to remove all the rest. I think I'm just going to go with 6 caps. That's enough decoupling. I'm using 0.1 microfarad caps. I could probably even go to 1 microfarad. Okay, so this is the easy part. This is going to leave a bunch of missing things on the board. As you can see here, I've just got some missing traces now. Dave is lurking. Yes, it is. Alicia, hello. Yes, it is coffee time. Nice to see you. It's cold, dark, and snowing in Saltburn by the Sea, UK, and you're having a coffee in a t-shirt. I'm jealous. Yeah, with the air conditioning on, because it's been pretty warm here in Melbourne. I think I'd much prefer it in the cold. 2 caps per seg would probably be plenty. Yeah. Well, I'm actually thinking of just having 6 caps in total and not even having it per segment. Or maybe 9 caps like I've got here. I still don't even think we need 2 caps per segment. I mean, that's still 14 caps. I mean, the boards are running perfectly right now on 9, and I think I built a board and tested with 6 caps and they worked fine. It's one of those things where I've never sat down and done the maths, because if I have to do the maths for analog electronics, I'm not going to do analog electronics. It's one of the things that puts me off. But at the end of the day, I've seen plenty of, Neo pixel type, Chinese boards, knockoff boards that come with 24 pixels on a ring and they've got 4 caps on them and they work fine. So Electron Ash, yep, I could probably do with 2 per segment. I could probably do with less or more. I'm going to try these with less, I think. Oh, see, now you got me worried. No, I shouldn't be worried. Okay. So I've got those off. I'm just going to rip up these traces that are here right now. I wish you could see my cursor. try to zoom into the areas I'm working in so you can at least see me doing it. Oops, rip up. I hate it in Eagle where sometimes it leaves a little extra bits of trace. Like you think you've drawn just a solid line of trace and it's snowing down here in Mordor. Okay, cool. Really? Snowing in Mordor? Never would have pictured that from the films. Looks pretty hot and balmy. Okay. I've got some more to get rid of. Okay, expected maker. I see you're using Rstream. Do you have a Twitch channel? If so, I'll add it to my Discord. I actually do have a Twitch channel, but I didn't enable it this time. And DCL and I won 50 neopixels without caps and no problems. Yeah, that's what I figure. Like it's just, I'll get back to that in 1 second. So yeah, I do have a Twitch channel, and I want to eventually start streaming to it. But right now, I just want to keep all my community on YouTube. I think just as I grow the channel, that's going to be much easier. I think. So DC Allen, yeah, so here's what the board looks like. Hopefully you'll be able to see this on camera with the reflective. That's what the board looks like at the moment. And I'm worried that if I, send these out as kits to people and they need to build them, they're going to look at that and go, holy moly, there's just so many components to put on that board. And so I just want to minimize what it looks like. Normally I only get the blobs on trace joints if they're not placed on the same grid size. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Cam Loops Makerspace. Hello, DeathShaker00. Blobs on tracer joints. I don't know what you're talking about, Electron Ash. Sorry. This is going to be fun, reading and working at the same time. Okay, so I've done that. I'm just going to... Should have deleted my ground copper planes for now. That's fine. I'm using a copper plane on the front and the back. Probably could have got away with just using the back, but I like to just have a really big fill area for ground. Okay, so I might leave the 9 on the outside right now. Okay, I need to move. Let me go back. I'm going to go to schematic view. Not sure which order particularly I'm going to do this on, but I'm going to duplicate one of these pixels because I need one for the decimal point. I'm going to grab these, move it down. Let me just zoom in. Sorry, I'll try to keep things as close as possible. Options, user interface, layout, cursor, large. We should be able to see where your cursor is. No, David, it's an issue with OBS. They don't capture the cursor in a window view in OBS, only if I capture my desktop screen. And because I just use one screen on my Mac, I can't capture the whole screen because then I can't have any of my OBS controls or anything else. I've complained on the forum. This has been an outstanding issue since 2014, I believe, and they keep blaming Apple that there's no support for this. So yeah, apparently that's the deal. User interface layout. Are you talking about in extended sections in the UI? Extended sections. So are you talking about in Eagle or are you talking about in OBS? I think you might be talking about in Eagle. Interface layout cursor. I don't think this intersection in Eagle counts as a cursor. It's under the main Eagle window. Extended sections in Eagle. Okay, Eagle cursor, I think it's under the main Eagle window. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm just going to start putting these in while I contemplate life and all its joy. Oops. Okay, just keep accidentally hitting escape too hard and it keeps disconnecting those. Make some videos every once in a while. I smell like what you're doing there. Okay, chat's going past nice and fast. I just want to get rid of some of these. Okay, so this is ground. Okay, name these, name my traces. That is ground, isn't it? Yes. That is VCC, yes. I need to know what this is called. Can't remember. Data 6. Data 6, yes, connect those together. Must be. And then I need to connect this. Gotta remember 1, 2, and 3, what order they were in, because I got them twisted. So ground is 3, data is 2, and VCC is 1, of course. VCC is 1. Oh, need to move that out of the way. Did I join those by accident? Yes, I did. Let's try that again, shall we? Just click everyone's name and check out the channels. A pile of creators here. Over and yes, there are some amazing creators, both here and just in general. I have had a wonderful time getting to become familiar with some of the creators that are out there right now. The makerspace has just grown incredibly, and there's some super talented people online sharing all their knowledge and experiences, and it's just awesome. I just like, it's inspired me to do this, like both make things and share my experience as well. So that's very exciting. Okay, I've got another pixel in. I'm just going to move it over here for now. I said I'm going to move it over here for now. Electron Ash, are you looking at making a creator? Being a creator, doing videos? You should do it. Everyone should do it. Everyone should experience making videos. It's incredible. It's very rewarding. It's very nerve-wracking. One of the reasons I actually make videos is to keep myself making content, because it's really it's really easy to get freaked out by just the amount of choice and things that you can make in content. It's kind of overwhelming. So I spend a lot of time planning stuff for videos and making video content, so it actually keeps me making, new things, coming up with new ideas and stuff. So I'm waffling. Okay, so I need to measure this. So I need to get the spacing correct. As you can see over here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 from the corner. So I want this to be 1, 2, 3, 4 from the corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4 from the corner. So it's just there. If I could move it. Come on, go to the move tool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's roughly the right place. When the trolls come, just ignore them. Yep, I have to make some videos. Yep. As I said, everyone make videos. Everyone do it. Okay, I need to pull these boards out. Let's see if I can multi-select them. I have a feeling it's not going to let me do this too easily. Eagle has got some very fiddly things in it. Very fiddly. If I go move and I go right click, move group, I should just be able to, oh wow, okay. So I need to extend this quite a bit to be able to fit that pixel in and have it not too close to the edge. So this is one of the reasons I originally didn't want to put the decimal point in. I opted for not doing it because it was going to make the board much wider. Problem is I find it takes much longer to get a project done when trying to make a video of it. Tell me about it. I did a soldering job yesterday on a video for a project that's coming up that I'll give you a sneak peek. It's not turned on right now. It's this. Woo. And I did the first pass of the edit last night and I got it down to an hour. I mean, this is like a 20-minute soldering job. It took me an hour to do on video because I'm talking and explaining and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't. If you're doing the videos to motivate yourself to do projects, just expect it's going to take 3 to 5 times longer to do them all. And you also have to think about how you're presenting things. Like, I can't tell you how many times I'm putting something together and I look up at my monitor that's got my camera feed into it and I'm literally off the screen. It's like I'm holding it here and the work I'm doing is like below the bottom of the screen and no one can see what I'm talking about because I'm trying to work on it myself. It's yeah, it's hard. Who's doing a 4-layer board and eagle? I'm not touching a 4-layer board and eagle. I can do a 4-layer board. I've actually got a paid license for eagle. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, there's no way I'm touching 4 layers. Okay, I seem to be waffling and not doing right now. I just seem to be out of order completely. I'm just going to fix these before I forget. So this drill size, I actually need these to be 100. That's actually the correct size for M.2 apparently. M.2.5, which is about 98 mil. I did the maths earlier today. And of course they're too close to the edge, so I'm going to have to work out how I'm going to do these corners. I might actually just straighten these up. Not hard to move a 4-layer, but I learned about impedance matching. Yeah, my concern of working with 4 layers is what happens in the middle substrates and, you know, things like impedance and extra capacitance or heat or, yeah, I mean, there's nothing I've designed so far that requires 4 layers. I've done some pretty extensive designs. I've built my own microcontroller development boards, like designed and built, but yeah, 2 layers was fine. It got a little bit tricky routing everything, but yeah, 4 layers just kind of freaks me a bit. That's a whole level of I don't know what I'm doing, and so I'm likely just going to break everything. Okay, let's move these headers over and maybe straighten them up. What do you think? I feel bad about straightening them up. I really do. I feel like I just... No. Don't want them that way. Definitely want them 90. But, oh, come on. Minus 90. Okay. I think this is just not going to look great. I mean, yeah, I don't even know where I'm going to put them yet. So is that you could fit it in by extending the bottom a little bit more. It might cost less too. Fit what in? What am I fitting in, David? Okay. There's a lot of conversation going on about board design there, which I seem to be missing. You're talking about just having a... Yeah. The decimal point, you could fit it in by extending the bottom a little bit more. You mean have it down below here? Hang on. You mean having it below, like this? So I don't have to extend the width? I think that might look a bit weird. Like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I want to keep it true to how a 7-segment looks. I mean, if I get rid of these corners, I could make it not as wide. Maybe use pads instead of through-hole parts. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I said at the start, Dave Darko, that I might look at doing pin headers and doing pads, or I might just put pads on. I'm not sure yet. This was just going to be a really simple redesign for revision 2 and just add a decimal point. okay. I won't try to respond to everything. I'm just trying to read and catch up and make sure I haven't missed anything, that's all. I like having the pin headers there because then it's really useful for breadboards. And it would have been really convenient to be able to test these on a breadboard really quickly. Your stuff does not look crap, Dave. It really doesn't. I know I feel really bad. My soldering Saturday video I said the other day and I commented on about how I can't remember the word I used, but you said my comments about your channel was scathing, and I felt so bad when you said that. And I know you weren't like, you know, telling me off or anything. I'm super inspired by the stuff that you've done. I really, really am. It's creators specifically like you that gave me the freedom to be able to do it myself, because I always thought that I had to do something that was going to have to be the level of, you know, Great Scott, or, you know, if I'm not producing a video that's teaching someone and it's coming from a real foundation of my understanding, then there's no point doing it. And just the fact that you just try stuff and, you know, and sometimes they fail, sometimes they succeed, but you keep at it and you keep revising it and stuff, that to me, that's a complete inspiration. And it's because of creators like you that I'm now doing my projects and doing my channel. So I don't dismiss anything you say, except in this case, I don't think I'll put the decimal point down below. I think I'll put it next to it. Yes, I was really rude. Fuming. Bodge wires, yes. Bodge, I love some of the language you use, David, is awesome. When you go, come on, Watts! Come on, Watts! What are you thinking, Watts? It's awesome. Okay, I'm waffling again. So I don't actually have any room to put the pin header straight up here, which is another problem. Also don't need this. I thought I was going to put a drill hole here as well, but I'm not going to have a drill hole there. I'm really struggling to concentrate, and the chat, I'm having more fun with the chat than I'm having with this board design. Yeah, okay. I need to at least do something today on this channel, on this stream. And all I'm doing is just moving my board around. I'm just gonna move this off for now. And straighten it. And yeah, that's upside down. I want this one to be the other way as well. It's got to be vertical. Yeah. No? VCC ground at the top. Okay, good. So I've also got a lot of extra space now. I haven't put a lot of stuff on the back of the board. If you just see here, I've just got a few bits of routing to go from the second last segment to the middle segment and then off to the side. It's kind of hard to see with the ground plane. I wonder if I might just delete the copper. If I can grab it. Can I grab the copper? It's not going to let me grab the copper. Come on. Wow, I am doing such a good job on this stream right now. I'm definitely going to fail miserably. Okay, we need to rotate this because this is also going to be a problem. Actually, just need some room to place that. So if I do that, let's rip these up. Yeah, not gonna be enough room. What am I gonna do there? Because they need to be, ideally I want the headers to be just in a straight line. Didn't really want to extend the height of the board either, but I might have to. This is going to turn into a much bigger board with a lot of empty wasted space, which I'm really not going to be happy about. Now I feel like I'm regretting this whole idea. I'm just going to have a look at how high I might need to extend it. It's going to have to be something like that, I think, to be able to fit these in and have enough room to solder them in. And even if I want to put pads in here, I need space to put solder pads. Is that the fritzing thing for me? Jumper wire design possible. Yeah. Those pin headers are pretty high. What do you mean by high? As in off the top? I think we're gonna be doing design by committee at this point. Design by committee sounds like it might work. The pin headers can be quite close to the edge. Could put pads underneath. Yeah, but these pin headers go through. So like either way, I was actually thinking of putting pads on both sides and using the pin headers as vias, maybe. But there's just not a lot of room there. Oh, I could move this resistor. Like it's supposed to be in line. I could shunt it around to make some more space actually. Maybe I'll do that. Like it's supposed to be close, but what's if I... Like if that was there, and that was there, let's rip this. And I might have room for some pin headers, for some pads. You maybe show your intended connectors first. Could you maybe? What do you mean by show my intended connectors? Is that to me? Is that to someone else in the chat? Come on, Watts. Yes, MKme Lab. Would you just solder cables? David Watts, unexpected maker. Check your Twitter. Supposed to check my Twitter? What's going on Twitter? Yes! Come on, Watts! Oh, I can't see that. Everyone go look at... how do I can't even... Okay, there's a picture of Gordon Ramsay going, come on, Watts! Awesome, love it. Love it, love it. Without a name is directed to the host. From now on, everything without a name is directed to the host. Okay, cool. Is that a standard thing, Dave Darko? I hope it is. I don't even know if I've got any pads here. Let's see if I can... What would they even be called? Pads. Someone just sent me a message telling me not to smile on camera. Smiling. Pads, battery pads. What am I? Anyone know what I'm looking for? They're through hole. Plated pads? No. Plated through hole. I want 1x3 plated pads. Any idea? Anyone? Just wondering how you connect the boards. Right, so right now I'm connecting the boards like this. So I'm using, hang on, so a pin header through the in and out. Sorry, I bent those by accident. I leaned on the board. This is a dead board. This is the one from the other day. It had dead pixels on it. So, and then right now I'm just literally soldering them across because I did 45 degrees. And 45 degree pin headers was a stupid idea. Do you hear me? Stupid idea, Sion. Don't do that again. That's why I'm looking at doing them vertical for now. Hey, Alan. Hey, MJ UK. So I'm looking for... I mean, I could always do plated holes like this, wider ones that you could just solder to and do them as multi-purpose. What do you think of that? So you could put a pin header or you could use them as a pad. Maybe that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Long pad with locking footprint. I have no idea what the difference there is. Are they the right size? 0.1 inch. Yep. They look at... I don't know what the difference is between these two. Dave sent you. Dave sent a lot of people. Thank you, Dave. I'm going to say thank you, Dave, forever. They don't look straight. So if I put... So 103 Spark Fun. Yeah, I need to do that in schematic mode. Okay, I'm just going to try this. Close that. I'm going to stick another, instead of using these pin headers. I mean, technically we could solder the pin headers now, wires to them, but they're really hard. There's not a lot of copper around them. Can you see that? There's not a lot of copper around them, and so they might be quite hard to solder to. Maybe I could leave them at 45 degrees then if I... No, I still like the idea of making them breadboard compatible. Okay, so I'm going to add not a MOSFET. No. That's for another project. Pads. Let's try that again. Spark Fun. Okay, why is it not showing me the ones I had before? Pads. I just had a whole bunch of pads on the other view. Oh, it's going to be one of those days. Any idea what I could be searching for? Wire pads? Wire pads? They're square pads. Ideally I want those round pads. I'll show you which ones I want. Hang on. And it runs off stream real time. Ideally I'd want like this. See those top ones? Can't really see that view. Oh, you can't see my picker view. Oh, of course you can't. Hang on a second. Let's fix that, shall we? New window, Eagle. Is it going to let me do it? Schematic board. No, I can't add my picker. Oh, I guess I can. Okay. Can everyone see my... This is trial by fire. Here we go. Okay, everyone can see my picker now. Use those pads under and no holes. Yeah, I was thinking of that. I just don't know. Let's see if we can find some first. So when I was in PCB view, I could actually, when I typed in pads, it showed me some really good ones. But now, whoops, it's not showing me those. Jumper SMT, so pin headers maybe. Oh crap, I used test pads on my last design, didn't see the wire pad. Wire pad. Oh wow. Yeah, there you go. I mean, I could just manually put wire pads down, right? Luckily, he didn't say picker with a Kiwi accent. What would that sound like with a Kiwi accent? Peaker, not piker. No, that's an Irish accent. That's a terrible Irish accent. To be sure, to be sure. Okay, I don't know what I'm looking for. Test pads. What were the test pads you used, Dave? What would they be called? Anyone know what they'd be called? I really hate searching in Eagle. It is the terrible, terrible experience, by the way. Pekka. Yeah, Pekka. Yeah, it would be Pekka. Well done, MJ UK. You've been speaking to too many New Zealanders. There's got to be something in here I can use. Oh, found these ones again. So, 103 long pads. Search test pad. Yeah, I did test pad and nothing came up. I might not have the correct library installed, I'm not sure. I might try just putting that in for now. Okay, I'm just going to turn this screen off now. Okay, back to my schematic view. So these are the other ones. So if I just go to board view, I should have that floating in the bottom somewhere. Yeah, they're quite large, but that could work. That could give me the best of both worlds, right? If that was sitting there, then that could be used as for pin headers, but that could also just be soldered onto, and they'll be on both sides of the board. Oh, I can put them on both sides of the... would that actually be on both sides of the board? That'd have to be. Would there be copper on both sides? That's interesting. I don't know if they'd go through. Would I have to put them on both sides? Okay, let's wire these up. Let's do this. I'm going to trash that, trash that, trash that. Move this out of the way. Okay. How's that for don't cross the streams? It's Ghostbusters reference. Don't cross the streams. Okay. So if I destroy this, go back to my board view. I think that could be the way to go, because if I do that, and if I even get that a fraction closer to the edge, I'll have to check my design rules, but I might be able to put this back here. It's going to be nice and close. Yo, better late than never. Hey Dave, good to see you. Welcome. You just haven't missed much, just me making a mess of some stuff. Yeah, that's a bit close, I think, for the resistor. Traffic Cops NZ thing earlier. Oh, that's a tragic show. Okay, let me just do the other one as well. I'm just going to copy this. So does anyone know if I, cool, I'll have one too, thanks Dave. It's 9:30. I reckon it's about time that I can have one. Does anyone know if these pads will go on to both sides? I'll have to export some Gerbers and have a look. Be interesting to know if they do. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Because if they do, that solves the problem of being able to solder them from the front or the back, or use pin headers. Okay, I have to move this as well. Whoops, I meant to zoom and I clicked instead. Oh, what have I got? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, yeah, okay. So that goes there. Yes, they do both sides. Thanks, Dave. Woo! For the pin headers, they'll use plated vias, so it should be fine. Awesome. Solved. Okay, so that solves that problem then. I still need to make some room for them. And I feel like I'm out of room still. So I still feel like I need to move this resistor somewhere. This is an 0805. I could always stick a, what's the smallest one I can put? An 04 something? You know, so tiny that, yeah, I'm not even going to be able to place it. I might place that there for now. I don't think it's too far away. And I'm going to just, okay, I'm not going to remember what size. I think I did VCC at, no, 10, oops, 12. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to route some of this just to clean it up. Yeah, see now I've got, well, ground's fine. Except I'm actually segregating the ground by doing this, so I'm not a huge fan of doing this, but for now, yeah, that's a bit ugly. I can always go through the center. Okay, that's not my best work, but we'll leave that just for the moment. Just for now, we'll leave that. And it's going to be the same here. VCC. I'm just going to route it in. Dave brought me here. Hi, Sung Ho Lee. 0603 might fit. Yeah. You know what? I honestly, I've done 0603 before by hand, but I think 0805 is my most comfortable size. And again, I want to be able to sell these as kits for people that want the challenge of putting them together. And I just feel like forcing people to work 0603 is a little bit too small. So my idea, just to let you know, with the idea I've got with these boards is I might actually, my plan is to set up a Tindy store and sell 2 versions of them. Sell them as a kit for cost. And I like the idea of doing the cost thing. That's what David's doing for his binary clock counter, which everyone should order one because he doesn't have enough boards for everyone. So everyone should do it. 20 more subs than when this stream started. I haven't even been looking. Awesome. Wow. Yeah, so I want to do that. So I'll, you'll be able to buy a board and all the components as a kit. And also want to be able to put together a board, a complete board that people can buy. And I don't want to sit there and have to work at 0603 to do that. So, hi Chris, nice to have you here. So right now, another problem that I need to fix, I need to rip up, is that, let me just go to the other side of the board. I didn't even have a plan for any of this. I should have had a plan. So right now I've got, on this side, on the way out, I've got these VCC and data coming through that are coming from here. And they need to go down now and back up because they need to go to that last pixel. So I need to rip these up. So there's this one here, data out and VCC. They actually need to come down and around. So that one can go, that one can go. I'm just gonna, I don't want to rip all that up yet. So I need them to come down around here. You can't see where my cursor is. Awesome. So I need them to come through here and then down here to this pixel and all the way back up again. Hi Gary, nice to have you here. Welcome. And then from here I need them to go back up again. So going to move these wires. They can come out straight. I'm still going to need them though, because I need to get to the back of the board. I'm a fiddler for getting things straight. I hate it when my traces are not straight. I don't have OCD. I don't think I've got OCD, but I definitely feel like it maybe sometimes I do. Okay, so 12, yeah, I'm on the bottom. So this is going to have to come all the way down to VCC here. So let's just go straight. Straight and under. Best course of action. Except, of course, yeah, help if I put another wire in. So that was stupid. So from here, for those, oops, wrong one. For those who didn't know, you can hit space to stick wire in. Very cool. Except I didn't set my size. Okay, I want, I'm gonna remember what size I was using. Let's have a look. 23.6. What amazing great community makers. Yep, they are. I've just nearly set my workshop on fire. No, did you get on video? If you burn it down, you got to do it on video. Don't do it for cost. If you put their head in an oven, would you do it too? Do as I say and not as I do. Isn't that it, David? Hi Zulu Bailey, nice to have you. Okay, distraction. That doesn't look like the right size, because I didn't set it again. Drill, here we go. One more time. Space. Yeah, so I only learned the space thing, well not recently, but fairly late in my design stuff. Like I did a whole SAMD21 development board, not knowing that I could hit space to place wire when I was in the middle of laying down traces. And so I'd place a trace and then I'd get out and I'd go into drill mode and I'd place the wire and then I'd go back out and go into trace mode and continue the traces. It was very time consuming. So I highly recommend people don't do that. Hi, Barnabas. I hope that's Barnabas. I'm not sure what the inflection on the A does. So we've been going for an hour and I feel like I've achieved nothing. Nothing at all. The joys of being a maker. Okay, let's just do the data as well. Shall we? Let's just get out of the way. Just going to bring it straight down as well. Try to keep them nice and straight next to each other. There's a Vi there, which I don't, it's a ground plane. I'll get rid of that actually. Let me just place that. Bye. Can I back? No, why can't I back annotate? Only recently learned in Eagle that you can simply roll the mouse wheel, whether hovering over the trace width, drill, size box at the top of the screen. What? I only recently learned in Eagle that you can simply roll the mouse wheel when hovering over a trace width drill. No way! Wow. Square boards. Square boards are easier, let me tell you. I spent too much time trying to get angles right. I've learned everything in Eagle trial by fire and just watching other people and stuff. It's if you want to really learn how to use Eagle, just try to build something really complicated and make a lot of mistakes. I went through a lot of board revisions actually with my microcontroller. I went to PCB way 3 times till I had a board that actually worked. And the first 2 times it was really just I was putting the wrong parts down, the wrong footprints without realizing. No, I can't read manuals. I agree with you, Electron Ash. I learn by watching and doing, not by reading. If I have to sit down and read, my mind wanders off. It's just like all the text goes blurry. So it's not letting me remove this. Delete. Cannot back annotate. Please do this in schematic. But it's just a... Okay, I'm annoyed now. Maybe I can move it. I'm just going to move it out of the way. There you go. No one reads the manual. No, that's what worries me about designing a board. Yeah, but Brian, they cost nothing. I mean, the biggest thing is time. Cost me $5 US to get 5 boards made of my microcontroller board. Admittedly, it cost me $20 US to ship them to me because I wanted them in 3 days because I was impatient. But for 25 bucks, in my case, and I had 5 boards, and I failed, and I changed them, and I did them again. Can someone else do it and make a cheat sheet of boards? So, okay, let's talk about Eagle and KiCad. Whoops, no, this is not a rip out the device instead of deleting it. I think you can rip it up. Oh, of course. Of course. Thank you, Electron Ash, of course. Got to rip up. So I started out in KiCad. KiCad's quite nice. It's not bad. It's open source. It's free, right? And the reason I started with KiCad is I don't like generally the whole subscription model thing, which kind of pushed me away from Eagle. And a few of my friends who advised me to move to use KiCad. But KiCad's really clunky on a Mac. It's using their graphics library that they're using internally. I know they're working on an OpenGL port at the moment to make things faster, but it's just really slow and clunky. But the other main reason I love Eagle is Adafruit. Like all of their boards, they've got all their Eagle files for. Every single thing they make, you can just go and download the Eagle files and load it up and print the boards or modify them. A lot of the schematic design for my LiPo charging on my microcontroller board was I learned from studying Adafruit's schematics. Like, it's just crazy. And Eagle is great. Like I'm actually paying for it. I'm not using the free version. I'm not doing a corporate, but I'm paying $100 a year because I think they deserve to have the money. Not that my $100 does a lot, but it's really good, and they're really rapidly improving at the moment. So you've tried PCAD, PADS, Protel, Proteus, and all the other ones. Yeah, there's lots of P's. Yeah, KiCad's they've got a new version coming out. Version 5 is due shortly, and you can actually load an Eagle file into it, and it converts it to a KiCad file, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm getting used to Eagle now, and I quite like it as far as board design goes. Okay, let's continue this. If I don't get something designed today, I'm going to feel like I've wasted everyone's time. And I don't like wasting anyone's time. Okay, so now I need to route those back up again. What does everyone think about removing these and just making them straight? I feel like they're there again for aesthetic reasons, and maybe I could just get rid of them. I don't know. Let's route up. No pressure. No pressure for who? Lots of pressure for me, mate. I feel the pressure. Okay, I'm gonna literally run that all the way up. Let's go on the inside, because why not? Actually, I don't want to go on the inside. I need to name those. So just back in a moment. I need to realize I haven't. So should we ground? No, VCC. Have I got them back to front? One is VCC. Okay, I've just got them upside down. No? Where's one? That should be VCC. The cutouts do add somewhat of a classy look. Yeah, I agree. That's why I did them that way. I thought they it really lent itself to kind of fancy. You like them? MJ UK likes them too. Okay, I'll keep them. I'll just work around them. So why can't I need to rip this up. Don't need those. Why can't I route from here? Those ones I can. These ones I can't. It's not letting me route. Let's have a look at it in... Sorry, I just realised I'm in board view, but I wasn't actually... I was still in my schematic view. Sorry about that. I need to find out why. Maybe they're not connected. Did I not connect them? They're not connected. Now they are. Oh, what a pro. Okay, now I can see the wires. Let's try that again, shall we? Okay. Let's go all the way up. Yeah, I'll have to fix that. That's annoying. I feel like super long traces are just not good design. I don't know. I don't even know where that's going to... I don't even know why I'm bringing that to here right now, because I don't even know where this is going to go yet. I think I need to pull this back. So I need this to be... How did your CMD21 board work out? I designed one when the 0 came out, but never got it fabricated because I didn't want to buy a programmer. Right, so it really well actually. This is for an upcoming video as well. But this, excuse the bodge wires on it. That's actually, I added a buzzer later. Whoops. That there is my microcontroller board. I'm trying to get it straight in the camera. So there's SAMD21. Got a USB in, LiPo down the bottom. That there is a real-time clock with a battery. So it actually worked really well. This board was designed to plug directly onto a LCD, sorry, a TFT screen for a, I'll get into what this is later in a different video. But it actually turned out really well by the time I got to my third revision, and it worked great. Except what I didn't do is I didn't put programming headers on. Because what I'd done was ordered some SAMD21s from a guy in Europe that were already had a bootloader on them, but they took forever to get to me, and I had a whole bunch of SAMD21s here that I hadn't, that had no bootloader on them, and so I ended up buying an ICE, and I had to bodge some wires onto some of the vias and program them myself. So it's actually really easy to do once you buy an ICE. I've actually, I want to update this board, and I'll cover that on a different stream. But one of the things I've got on my new revision is actually a header that I can plug a programmer header on there, so I can just plug the ICE directly on it. I highly recommend doing that. But yeah, it worked out really well. It's quite easy to do, and there's a lot of reference out there. And again, all the Adafruit boards that use the SAMD21, there's a lot of schematic design stuff, and it's pretty basic. A lot of stuff that's actually on this board, really, when you break it down, is just a lot of passives for things like decoupling and resistors and caps. Is lots of that. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. There's a voltage regulator. There's a LiPo charge. Both SOT23, and that's really it. I mean, there's a crystal and some caps. So I highly recommend trying to build a board. Still have 3 ICs though. Oh, okay, so you still got some SAMD21. So David, you should definitely make a board. But yeah, programming them, that's, I mean, the bootloaders, you can download them from Adafruit's website, but yeah, I'm not sure about the whole not putting a programming header on, unless you can get the chips from somewhere, or if depending on the package that you've got, you could always buy one of those. I think Julian had one on his channel where you can put the chip inside a thing that plugs into a motherboard, a proto board or something, and you can to a DIP. So it's basically a SMD to DIP converter, and you can program that way. Yes, Adafruit are awesome. I think that I actually said in one of my mailbag videos, I buy a lot of stuff from Adafruit, which is expensive for me in Australian dollars and shipping and everything else, but I do it because they need to be supported, because they are just, Limor and her team are amazing people. They open source everything. God, I wish I could work and talk at the same time. Just the amount of effort they put in. I'll show you. Oh. So it uses an Atmel ICE. If you're talking about what program the SAMD21 uses, most of the microchip or Atmel chips use one of these little devices to program, and so you literally plug it into a SWD kind of. It's not JTAG. I can't remember exactly what it's called, and then you run their software, their development environment, which is basically just Visual Studio rebranded, and you program it. It takes like 10 seconds to program it. The Sure, I just ordered $4 worth of parts from Adafruit for a work tool, so I didn't have to pay. But yeah, they definitely need. I mean, they employ over 300 people now, which is just amazing. 300 people, and they give away all of their designs, and they write libraries, and they do their learning guides and everything else. It's just yes, it's nice when it's someone else's money, Brian, but you know what? I spent enough money on frivolous stuff like laser cutters and 3D printers and stuff. Like, I feel like, I don't know, they just really deserve to be supported. There's a lot of people that deserve to be supported. Like, it's not just Adafruit, but I just feel like in a space where you can buy super cheap Chinese knockoff stuff everywhere, and you know, everyone's saying all the time, buy Chinese, buy Chinese. I just think, you know, you can do worse things in life than support Adafruit, let me tell you. Okay. How much ranting can I possibly do? Really don't like the look of that. Wow. Don't like the look of that at all. That is some ugly routing. I feel like they needed to go the other way around, but I don't have to stick a wire in. They asked about $80 pounds. Sorry, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, they're not cheap. No, you can't use the dongles that I know of. Dope Darker. Oh, you might be able to, but you couldn't at the time. The only option I could find at the time. Well, I think Adafruit have their own something that they use to program theirs. They don't use the ICE. They've got their own crazy setup. They asked about 80. I couldn't face buying it for one project. Yeah. For me, it was one project as well, but I had no choice. And then 6 days after this arrived and I programmed it, my other pre-programmed SAMD chips arrived. So now I've got about a whole bunch, some programmed and some not. But I'm glad I've got it now, because I don't plan on just making one board. I plan on continuing that design, and then, I mean, so that board cost me, I don't know, in time and in actual PCBs and revisions and parts and everything else, I don't know, $200, $300 for a development board, where I could have bought one from Adafruit for 20, but I wanted to build my own board and I wanted to learn. I learnt so much from doing it. You know, I learned about decoupling caps. I learned about, I keep looking to the side because I'm looking at the board. I learned about how to you know, how the charging circuit works, and how a USB port works, and how the actual chip, the SAMD21 works. Like, you know, you look at a chip and it's quite intimidating, but when you actually break it down and understand how it's all connected together, it's just logic. It's logical logic. It just makes sense. So, you know, it was worth everything for me to do it. So I'm super glad I did. I'll do them for you, gladly, except it's going to cost you more to send them to me than it will be to buy an ICE. So I'd recommend just buying an ICE. Okay. So this is kind of starting to maybe, I don't know. I don't even know what this is starting to do at all. Do I need so many grounds? I don't know. I don't even need ground on the outside. Oh yeah, I do, because I should probably have it on both sides. I need to move this over. Just going to roughly place some stuff. I'm worried about this one here. This is too close. Definitely too close. So, but I need mounting holes. What do you think? Do we keep the mounting holes? No, I've not found a knockoff of the ice actually, Brian. I looked everywhere before I bought one, because when I actually bought one there was no stock locally in Australia anywhere, so I had to wait 7 days for it to be shipped from America as well. So at that point I was trying anywhere I could to find something that was cheaper or quicker, and I couldn't find anything. I had to actually buy the original ice. So if you do find one, let me know, but I don't think so. This is a problem. I'm going to have to make this smaller. That is very uneven, because I need, it's going to be enough room. That's going to be a design fail. I mean, that's breaking the ground plane, which is just silly. AliExpress have an ice JTAG programmer for less than £5 shipped. Yeah, I don't know if this is this. Don't think this is JTAG. I don't think it's. I think it's different. I could be wrong. SPI, JTAG, PDI, A-wire interfaces. Maybe. Okay. Well. Except, so apparently this does JTAG, but it's SWD that we use for the SAMD21, not JTAG. I don't know if you can do JTAG. Yeah, it doesn't support SAMD21. But I think Adafruit have something that they did a modified version of it or something. I'm not sure. Should definitely look at that. BCC data. I feel like I need to get these traces out the way. Beyond my expertise, what David Watts said, we can keep ourselves company. What did David say? Watching someone else get lost in chat while trying to concentrate on an eagle is pretty surreal. She's just ignore. Okay, I'll ignore you all for a bit. Okay, I'm sorry. It's surreal. I feel like I'm wasting everyone's time by just not being able to get this happening. I really do, but I'm going to top. I'm gonna see if I can extend this ground planes out. Just gonna zoom in. Okay, I'm just gonna fix my ground planes, my copper planes. While I'm doing this. Like, I only recommend building, a microcontroller board if you want to learn, if you want to learn how it all works, because they're expensive to make yourself, and they're tricky, and they're frustrating. I mean, that board took me 3 attempts and 5 days to route it. So, it's a complete mind job of trying to route all the pinouts from the SAMD21, because it's such a small package area. And yeah, I'm not sure I would recommend it for everyone. But, it's a great way to learn. If you're looking at just being able to have boards to work with, just go buy them. Buy them from China, or buy them from Adafruit. But if you want to learn how they all work, nothing beats making a microcontroller board. I mean, if you look at this PCB right now, it's pretty basic, right? There's some NeoPixels on here, there's some capacitors and a resistor, big deal. Like there's no rocket science here. Oh, I'm really not liking how chunky this is. I took the 7-seg challenge. What's the second seg challenge? I don't know what that is. Does that look like an ugly board? That looks like an ugly board. It really does. I might not even get these made, you know. I might just... What do we got? So I need a route here. VCC's in, or ground's in, actually that's already routed. So that's in, I believe this is all routed. I've got some, no errors. I'm just looking at right now at my ERC and DRC. Yeah, everything looks fine. Routing is the best and worst bit. It drives me nuts when you get there. You feel like the most intelligent person in the world until you have to rip it all up and start again. Yeah, I agree. It's super hard. I mean, Eagle's come a long way over the last few revisions. You got the push and pull stuff now, so you can move things around. There's definitely nicer ways to route than when I first started, or maybe I just didn't understand enough. But yeah, routing a chip is very different to routing a board like this. Did I hit 200? Did I? Thanks, Chris. Thanks for letting me know. Wow. Oh, look at that. 200. Thanks, everyone. That is amazing. Wow. I have to say, everyone, I'm really not liking the design of the board. I'm really not liking how bulky it's become. Auto router for the win. No auto routing. Auto routers produce rubbish. Much harder to fix something that's been auto routed, I have to say. I used to think I was never going, when I started using KiCad, like for me it was either auto routing or nothing, because I just never thought I'd be able to route something. But no, I don't do auto routing. I don't do it. It's, no, not good. You could make a decimal point on its own board. I thought about that. So one of the things I thought about was having a decimal point on its own board and having 2 on their own board. So like you could use it in between a clock. But then I'm going to make a whole bunch of different boards. And then how do people buy them? And then how does the library understand the order of which the boards are laid out? You know, if you're going to start messing like that, you might as well just build them with strips and not use a board. It's this whole decimal point here that's the killer. If it wasn't for this decimal point, I'd have a nicely laid out board again. But I feel like this is just looking ugly. Inkscape for PCB layout. Not sure if my sarcasm comes across. Auto router for the win. Ah, there's a wink. Sorry. Is that what the wink was for, David? My bad. It must be a British thing. Just kidding. I'm looking at this board and I'm going, it's just terrible. It's just, I mean, I could always, I know that there's buyers there, but let's see if we can just do a little bit of making it look a bit nicer, shall we? Just try to make it look a bit nicer. I'm going to try. And if I can't make it aesthetically look pleasing, I might just cancel the world. What day is it today? Today's Wednesday. I'm going to cancel Wednesday and just go straight to Thursday. Ooh, what happened there? Oh, my buyer's in the way. Maybe. Didn't like me doing that, did it? Here we go. So if I make the holes bigger, that might help a bit. Maybe slimmer and a protrusion at the bottom. I thought about that, but that's going to look a bit ugly having a... Yeah, you're talking about like doing something like... Oops. It's my design layer, dimension. You're talking about something like this, right? For now, if I just trace this, just to see what it looks like. Right, you're talking about something like this. Leonid. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I apologize. But you're talking about something like that, right? I'm not sure if you can see that quite clearly. So, assuming these were gone, just having something sticking out the side. 5 minutes Wednesday over here. Okay. Well, it's 10 AM Wednesday here, and I feel like Wednesday should be destroyed. Design the board so that it's in 2 halves. How would I... I don't know about that. I think the protrusion would look nicer, but that's just a guess. Okay, let's look at this protrusion idea. Let's do it. Come on. Oops. Okay, let's seriously look at this, shall we? Oops, didn't want to delete that one. I'm going to make a protrusion. I'll move them all around in a second, and I'll reroute it. Oops. This is definitely designed by committee. That's fine. Oh, why didn't that work? Because I've been putting that on place. I must have changed my layer by accident. When did I do that? Oh, come on. Okay, try again. Dimension. That's better. I know it's messy, but I'll clean this up in a sec. Okay, ditto, Andy 11 PS. Collaborative working, it's all the rage these days, sure. Okay, all that. Yeah, I need to just move my traces in. So I'm gonna have to go to the back of the board now, but that's okay. Let's rip those. Oh, see? I hate how... Look at that. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Okay. Let's move some of this stuff around, shall we? They can go there. They can go there. They can go there. So... what do you think? Little knobby thing sticking out the side. Obviously I can make that better. What I can do is, let's clean this up a bit because that looks a bit yuck. It's like pair programming. Yeah. It's not going. It's looking a bit knobby, but there's 35 of us. Yeah, 35 people designing a PCB. That's a lovely knobby bit. Thank you. You don't think that looks kind of weird? Anyway, I can, let me get rid of some of this. So I've got more space, and then let me, whoop. I mean, I'd have to have it protrude as little as possible, I think. Otherwise it would really frustrate me. Better than when it looked better when lit and having the board shadow the whole side. Yeah, maybe. Like the top and bottom lengths the same, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Just, I have to zoom in and do it accurately. Right now I'm just trying to sketch it to get a good idea of what it's gonna look like. So, yeah, that's not bad. Maybe. Has a look next to another one. Is the spacing okay? I don't know how I would duplicate it. How would I do that? I'm not sure how I could. Can you duplicate the board? Who needs a haircut? Electro noob? Do I need a haircut? Maybe. Did the board need a haircut? I think I need a haircut. For a protrusion, would one at the start digit make more sense than just me? Yeah, it needs to be, it can't be at the start, it needs to be at the end. The way a 7-segment, well, okay, it doesn't have to be, but the way a 7-segment display works is the decimal point's normally here, and it's the last bit of the 8-bit data. So we'll light the boards, then a bit wide on one side, probably show up. Well, we need spaces between them anyway. Like between the characters. So if you look at here, well, 205. If you look here, I mean, the spacing I've got right now. You know what? Let me get a screwdriver. 1 second. I'm going to pull the front of this plate off. I've got just the white there because it's on camera. It's really hard to see the digits, but I'm going to pull this apart so you can see the spacing I've got right now. So maybe the little nodule sticking out is the right spacing to butt up two boards. It's quite possible. Cut a notch for the knobby bit on the... Yeah, I don't have enough room to cut a notch on the left because this pixel that's here. So, yeah, it's much harder to see now. Right, that's why the white's on there. But if you have a look, this is how close I've got the pixels together right now. And that looks like the board has a 5 head. What's a 5 head? Use Mac Preview and grab a screenshot and duplicate it. Sure, I could do that, but you won't be able to see that. Oh, I could always, I'll share that. Okay, I'll do that in a second, David Hound, 1 second. So you can see right now that's my spacing. So they're quite close together, but it actually looks like it's the size of maybe the decimal point. So maybe that would be perfect. I don't know. It's actually not a bad idea. Okay, hang on a second. Let me screen grab. Dun, dun, dun. I should have had some music on the background, but I was scared that I'd get in trouble. Whoa, what happened there? Okay, let me see if I can add window capture device. Okay. No, that's not what I want. Try it again. Add window capture. Okay. 45-degree decimal point. We don't need your music. Really? What's wrong with my music? I'm confused. Oh, that's big. Okay, hang on a second. I'll see if I can lay this out. I need to get rid of their borders. Hang on. Get it narrower. Okay, I can't get it narrower than that. Is that kind of hard to see? I should have snapped it. It's not quite the right size, guys, but what do you think? The question must be asked. Has it said boobs yet? Well, no, I've only got 4 characters, so I can't say boobs. I can say boob. Need 5 characters for boobs. It was surely on the outside of the word. Well, what? Huh? Run with this design, looks great. Thanks, MKme. Looks good. It's a little nodule. Okay, I'm gonna run with this design. Thanks everyone, you've inspired me to... Yes, I want to remove that window. Okay. So my list of things that I wanted to do today was add an extra pixel, which I've done. Remove some caps, which I've done. Increase the drill size holes, which I've done, although I need to just work out the closeness there. I'm an amazing designer. You are an amazing designer, David. I'm still trying to get my head around your binary clock and how the logic works. I would have just stuck a AT Tiny 85 on there and made that run all the, you know, you've gone old school. Relay PCB design to fit, square up the headers and solder pads. Okay, so I mean, I need to tidy up this design. You guys are not horrible influencers. Okay, a little bit horrible, but that's okay. I'm glad we're doing this. Okay, so I need to tidy up this layout, and I don't think you all deserve to see me finish all this off on here, because that'll just be a terrible amount of time. But it's, you know, I need to like refit a lot of this stuff. Yeah, 7 segment, that'll have to move. That'll have to move, and that should be Vision 2. At least you're sober on stream. Are we done? I need a burger. Alan wants a burger. I think that's an invite for lunch. Alan is in Melbourne. So, you should keep streaming, but ignore us degenerates. Oh, you guys are not degenerates. This has been a lot of fun, but I've proven to myself that I can't concentrate on the stream. That's okay. I feel like I needed a better plan. Like, I feel like I should have pre-designed this, so that way I knew what I was going to do going in, so I wouldn't look like an idiot. But I thought, you know, the whole idea is to do this live, right? And now I look like an idiot. YouTube intoxicated on stream. I can see some of the red tops. Let's be real, I'm just charming English fool. Being drunk on stream can only improve things. Designing isn't my bag. I think you undersell yourself, David. I really think you do. You have a core grasp of some logic that I don't understand, so I think you're a bit more than a charming English fool. Did everyone check out Brian Lough's stream? The impromptu stream that he did the other day with his light box, that is the LED array box that he's doing. You should definitely go check it out. Check out his channel. It was very long. It was 3 hours and something or longer. He goes through this LED matrix thing, RGB matrix. Check it out. It's really cool. It's inspired me to want to make one. I'm going to make a smaller one, I think, because I've got rolls and rolls of NeoPixels. 600 of them. I love NeoPixels. Link for Brian. Brian, put a link in. Can you put I don't know if we can put links in. Last time I tried to put a link in, it came up saying, you can't put links. It was 4 hours. Yeah, it was crazy. That's insane amount of streaming time. Admittedly, most of the time he was trying to stuff some electronics in a box, right? And that was maybe not the best use of a few hours, but that's okay. If you turn the deci map 0.45 degrees, that would remove some of the flap. Let's agree to disagree. No, everyone subscribe to Dave. Everyone here is from David's channel, so everyone should subscribe to Brian though, and to MKme Lab. And there's a whole bunch of really cool people on here. All of you are fantastic. Username, I think you can allow others to post links by typing, then username. Okay, let me see if I can do that. Because I really want you all to wait. Where's my web browser? Wait, where do I type? Oh, I have to do it in the chat. Where do I type in my chat? Can I type in my own chat channel? Hang on, let me see. Permit. What? And then what do I type? Permit. Then the username, I think. Permit. Brian Lough with a GH. I don't know if that worked. Did that work, Brian? Is that what I have to do? Did I do that in the wrong place? Maybe I can just do it. What's if I add you as a moderator? Would that work? Or possibly not. What? Add moderator. Okay. Filters, enable filters. I saw that somewhere. I don't know where that is. Broadcast alert on, slates insertion. Yeah, I don't know. It just, everyone go follow, go find Brian on Twitter. There you go. Brian Lough on Twitter. But yeah, also MKme Lab. I know what, I don't own a drone, and I've never flown a drone, and I've never really wanted to buy a drone, but you've made me want to print a drone now. MKme Lab. So thank you for that. Thank you for making me go out and spend more money on stuff I don't need. Seems to work. What? Oh, it worked. Awesome. Okay, there's Brian's channel video. Everyone should jump on it. We're saying make the 45 degrees. Interesting. Okay, let's try that. Because why not? 45. It does make it a bit nicer, maybe. You make people spend dollars. Well, I don't know anything about drones, so that's the problem's going to be I'm going to spend a whole bunch of money printing a whole bunch of drone chassis and then waste stacks of money learning by buying hardware that I don't know I need or don't know how to use. Should I make it pointy? I feel like it could be pointy now. I feel like someone's going to stab themselves. I'm just going to make it pointy for the moment. Or that. Ouch. He's going to get stabbed. The problem is that's not going to butt up very nicely to the board next to it, so that's probably not a good idea. Maybe we won't do stabby stabbies. But, you know what's weird? I'm just standing here talking to myself. To you guys, but talking to myself. And there are people at the other end who can hear me. I'm used to talking to myself during my videos when I'm just recording. I don't mind that. What do you guys think about the 45 degrees? Perhaps bring the decimal closer. Ow, can't post my linky. Oh, you want to be able to do linky as well? Electron Ash, hang on a second. See if that works. Anyone that wants to post their channel link, let me know, because I want everyone to subscribe to everyone. Because I want share the love. Share the love. Okay, so yeah, I could definitely move it in further. So I went away from doing the 45-degree angled components, and now I'm putting one back in again, but that's okay. So let's rip this up. That's not bad. What do you guys think about the 45 degrees? It's a subscription orgy. Does anyone else? Is anyone here not subscribed to MKme Lab? Brian, I've made you a mod, and David's also a mod. Can you indent the opposite side, the opposing side, David, to make it... Yeah, I can't go high enough on the opposite side because of this LED. I'd have to drop this down to make this one fit into the next one. But to butt them up next to each other, that'd be too close as digits. There needs to be a bit of a space. I want to burr awesome. I don't know what that means. I'm pro having LED like every other LED on the board. Having it straight, yeah. Yeah, but so okay, the other question is maybe it just doesn't need to be so far out. It doesn't have to be so even. Maybe as a decimal point it can be a bit closer. I like the nub. Yeah, I don't necessarily have a problem with the nub anymore, I guess, if... I mean, how close can we get this decimal point that it doesn't look ridiculous? Yeah, the chat's delayed. If you cut off the other side slightly, it would fit better. Yeah, but I don't want them to fit into each other because they'll actually be too close together. So if you look back here, there needs to be a decent sized space between them. Otherwise, it's really hard to read the numbers. So I'm not sure how wide that is. Let me just get my... God, that's bright in my eyes. So right now the boards are 4 mil apart, 5 mil apart from each other. So having this nub butt into this side won't necessarily do anything because we still need, 4 or 5 mil or 6 mil between the boards to make them look good. Otherwise the numbers are too close together. Mirror the distance. Yeah, that's what I had before. If I put it back where it was, whoops, stop moving around. That's where it was. So that's even as it is there. Look, I can definitely make this smaller. Oh. This is the type of thing I could sit here for, 2 hours just tweaking. Okay, that's a bit close. Maybe it needs to go down one more. Whoop. Yeah, I could sit here for hours just tweaking this thing, but I think it's going okay. Yeah, having a laugh, Brian. What's Brian said? I feel as a mod I shouldn't make a childish joke about just the tip. LED needs lots of extension on the nub to be effective. What do you mean, extension on the nub? Effective in which way? I'm sure I'm missing some chap somewhere. Nubs for subs scandal 2018 nubs for subs. I think Abe's description of the Dyson animal ball filter as a flashlight was genius. Okay, I have no idea what that's about. What are we thinking about this overall design, guys and girls? I don't know if there's any females on the channel. I don't think there is. If there is, I apologize for me saying guys. because no one wants to be gender specific anymore. I totally agree with that. Having a daughter. What does everyone think about where this design is going, considering it's completely designed by committee? Designed by committee now. As designed by committee, I don't have to take responsibility for its failure anymore. You realize that, right? I can point fingers now. Yes, I need to clean some of this up. Hang on. You can just go there for the moment, and that's, wow, way too close. I'll fix that in a second. Just need to move these out of the way. Yeah, okay. Great, just Osh Park tonight. Send a... No, I'm not using Osh Park. I use PCB Way. Osh Park are awesome and their boards look amazing, but they're in America, so they cost me a fortune. See, come back. I'm back. Where did I go? I might go live. Where did I go? Rip stream? No way! Where's my stream gone? And we're back in the room? Oh, what happened? Maybe the internet's gone. Internet's gone poo-poo? Wouldn't be surprised, it's Australia. Terrible. You were gone a while. Sorry, I don't know what happened. What are we talking about? I have 5% female subs on my channel, so don't rule it out. David, yeah, I know. It's there was a chat going on Twitter the other day where there was people comparing what their breakdown of male to female was. It's definitely too low. We need to find a way of lifting it. It is actually quite important. So all of you that don't subscribe to Becky Stern, go subscribe to Becky Stern. There's actually quite a lot of female content creators that are doing some really great makerspace stuff, especially with wearables and fashion. You should all definitely go and find these people and subscribe. Okay, so what's everyone thinking? Are we kind of liking this design now? Here comes the delay. We're about to write, since we didn't hear the end of the story of the nub. All better now. Now throw a spanner in the works. What about if you want a clock display? Yes, I know about the column thing. It's, yeah, a column thing would either need a board with a column, and it'll run just like the decimal point. So it'll have to be a separate type of board. So I'll have to make two designs. Or the column could just be separate neopixels that you run off separate data in, that you can just flash them on and off per second, and it's separate to the actual use of the boards. I'm not sure. Yeah, the internet in Australia is terrible. I've finally got 100/40, which is what's called NBN, National Broadband Network, here in Australia, and it's down every second day. It's terrible. Before that, I had 6 megabit down, and it was supposed to be 1 megabit up, but it was actually 0.5 megabit up. So there was no streaming, and uploading a gigabyte video to YouTube used to take me 9.5 hours. So, oh, thank you for posting Becky's channel. MJ, awesome. Not that I need to congratulate you for being female, that's not what I meant. But I'm very excited and happy to have female viewers. Do you have a channel, MJ? If you do, let us know. I can let you post it. Another one there. Who's another one? Yep. Blitz City. Yeah. If anyone knows any great female content creators in the makerspace, or in anything, but in the makerspace, please post stuff. Lady Ada, yes, we know that. RobotGrrl, I don't know. Oh, yeah, totally. Wow. Bear with me a moment while I'm just looking through my list of who I've got. Sophy Wong. She doesn't post a lot of videos though. Yeah, Simone Giertz, which is RobotGrrl. She does awesome stuff. Blitz City. Who else have I got on here? Yeah, not a lot, unfortunately, because there's not enough. We need more. There's NerdForge. There's a guy and a girl on there. I can't remember their names. You should definitely check out NerdForge. Yeah, NerdForge. They used to be called something else, but they just changed their name. Okay, back to the board, everyone. What are we thinking? We're liking this. We're thinking, like, I feel it's really top heavy now. These are massive pin headers and things. You went Kiwi then. Yes, with the 6. Last streets and talk you down to get broadband. Talk about. Wow, 1500 millisecond average ping. That is terrible. Scanlime, yeah. She does great stuff. Well beyond me. Oh, is RobotGrrl someone else? Erin Kennedy. Oh, I was thinking... Oh, that's right. That was called something stupid robots. What was Simone's channel used to be called? Okay. Okay. Everyone subscribe. Fran, of course. Why didn't I subscribe to Fran? I used to be subscribed to Fran. Yeah, Fran Lab. Thanks everyone for posting. That is really good. Celebrates own boobs. I have a separate channel to this with no vids yet. Okay. I hope no one's checking content. Thank you, Brian, for posting. Queen of Shitty Robots. Yes, Shitty Robots. That was the one. That was funny. Yeah. Erin from Canuckland. Do I have to say sorry to you? MKme Lab? Sorry. Sorry. Canadians? Sorry. Sorry. By the way, if you rotate this side LEDs by 90 degrees with the nub things facing outwards, the routing's a fair bit neater. Yes, it is a fair bit neater, but I chose not to do that because it means when you're building the boards, you constantly have to remember which orientation each neopixel is going to be, and that's just painful. I'd rather just have them all laid out the one way and place them all down. It's less room for error. So yes, routing would be nicer if I rotated them all accordingly, but putting them together would be harder, and guaranteed I'd make a mistake. And these are not the type of things that you can hand fix easily, not when they're this close together. Sorry about that. Ripple Syrup is in the mail. Does amazing stuff, yeah. Mika does amazing stuff, but it's well beyond. Oh, hello, Yuz. Everyone say hello to Yuz. Yuz is my wife. Hi, Yuz. She's come to check on me to make sure I haven't shat my pants or something. That could also be why my internet's going badly, because she'd be watching it. I'm feeling a bit better about this board right now, I have to say, but I still feel like it's a bit not as nice. Is that, can I say that? A bit not as nice? Thanks, MJ. I've come close. I've come close. I was freaking out this morning about this, I have to say. the whole streaming thing, and then when my subs started going up, I had no idea what was going on. Which again, thank you, David. Okay. Am I being a little bit OCD now with this? I think I might be. I think the nub's a good idea. Thank you for all the people that suggested the nub. It's definitely better than a completely wider board. I think by the time I get everything lined up and I solve this resistor just sitting up here because it just looks terrible, I think it's going to... Did my wife just blow kisses to everyone? Wow. Public apology. Who's apologizing? What did I do wrong? Out for a rip. Yeah. Finally, please go OCD. No. Yeah, I'm fairly happy with the where this is sitting at. Do I have the thumbs up from everyone? It's good. Yeah. Brian likes it. Brian loves it. Wow. Okay, that's a little bit too much, I think. So as a comparison, just for reminders, this is the current board, which is nice and slim. Get a temporary mod to post a pic of my board. Yes, you can. Except it won't be temporary, or I don't know if it's... Everyone, just be careful. I'm going to mod Electron Ash. Electron Ash, where are you in this list? Okay, Electron Add is moderated. Smiley face in the gap in the golden. Okay, so I'm going to tidy this up. I'm going to just check all the routing because I've just destroyed all this. I have to redo this routing down the bottom here. I might just do it now. Oop, too far. And bottom. Whoa. Oh. That is some ugly routing. Yeah, I gotta clean that up. That's pretty ugly. Okay, fair enough. I did make a slightly rude joke on David's stream a few weeks back. Got scolded by his mod helper. Okay, let's not do that here. Can mods ban mods? There can only be one. Well, there's actually two. David was the first mod, Brian. Sorry. It's that whole UK versus Ireland thing, I think. You challenged me to a sword duel. You get a mod, you get a mod, everybody gets a mod. Can I just do mod all? Is there a mod all? I'm going to post my API key back in here again, my stream key. Does everyone want my stream key? Okay, how am I going to route this? This is going to be fun. I need to data out and VCC. So right now I'm running my VCC in order from start to finish. And you know what? There's just no reason to do that. You know that, right? Does everyone know that? I know that. I know that now. There's just no reason why I shouldn't just go VCC here and out. There you go. That's VCC. So all I have to do is bring the data up now. And that's a long way to bring it up. Dun, dun, dun. That's really close to the edge of the board, but that's okay. Vire's in the way. Hate that. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. David Watts, I didn't ask for it at all. Brian's going. Oh, bye Brian. Thanks very much. Sorry it's a late night for you. Okay, I'm going to end this stream soon, guys. It's been going for longer than I thought it was going to. I'm going to continue routing this off. Have you done any circuit or any current testing on the board? No, I haven't. But, so, as you're aware, David, because you mentioned it when you were playing with your SK model pixels the other day, these can definitely take up to 60 milliamps per pixel, which is a lot. So the first thing my library does is sets the brightness down to 25%, because it just, you know, I mean that's at 25% right now, and you can see how kind of bright that was. Hang on, that's 25% on these pixels. So it's 60 milliamps per pixel when these aren't the white ones. So to make white, it uses RGB. So 60 milliamps when all of the colors are on at full brightness. And right now I'm just, you know, technically using one or maybe two colors at a time as they're cycling, and they're at 25%. So I have not done a current draw test, but I'm pretty sure it's low. And so right now my current boards are routing the VCC all the way from the start through everything to the end. Random question, has anyone got pin change interrupts working before? Didn't work for me at all. Nope, haven't tried. Sorry, Electron Ash. But it'll definitely be interesting. I should actually do that and find out how much they're drawing. But it'll depend on what colours are being shown in what pixels. I could just light them all up and have a look. The other thing I thought of doing on this board change was to do a ground plane on the front and do a VCC plane on the back. But yeah, I'm not going to do that. Okay. I was attempting to read from N64 controller. I could not. Yeah, okay. No. Folks, I'm going to call it a quits. I'm going to finish this board off offline, and I will post the results to Twitter, I think. If you're not following me already, it's at UnexpectedMaker. Did that come through? Hopefully that'll come through. But you've been all fantastic watching me for over 2 hours, and sorry about the start of the stream. That was a bit of a mess. I'll know for next time how to do it better. But thank you all. Thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by. Good idea. I sent some boards off with the VCC plane on the back. It's a good idea. Yeah, I'm worried about having, I don't mind having a ground plane, but I'm worried about having a VCC plane. Like actually having power at the back that way. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's coded. I might look at doing that, but I'm not sure. There are some places right now where I need to get the ground across, where I need to use wires, so I'd have to have bits of ground on the back anyway. Thanks, David. Thanks, MKme Lab. Thanks, Chris. I don't think it was a great job, but it was a job. it was okay for my first stream. I really appreciate you all sticking in with me this whole time, and I'm sorry I was a bit all over the place between chat and design. Something that should have been a simple process took a lot longer. But I appreciate everyone's feedback. You can add 1,000 US somewhere off board. No. Well, someone should be doing that themselves anyway. Like they should be running their own cap coming in. Thank you all. I could waffle on forever to say thank you. I really appreciate it. Thanks everyone for the subs and for sharing all your information and helping me with the board design. And I'm going to possibly look at doing this as a regular thing. If I do, I'll do same time next week, and I'm going to have a chat about my microcontroller board, my SAMD21. I've got some changes I want to make to it. I want to add a MOSFET switch and some other things. So that might be my next stream. Anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good night for all of you that are in the evening, and a nice day for all of you that have hit Wednesday. Of course, I meant thumbs up on the video, or Okay, thanks. David, thank you again for getting a whole bunch of people over to the channel. I really appreciate it. It put the pressure on me big time, but I loved it. And for those of you that aren't already on David's channel, go follow David Watts. He's awesome. Okay, until next time. Bye.